Survival games is a Minecraft staple. It's been around forever. It was literally the battle royale to play before FPS battle royales became popular. One of the Minecraft servers that is probably most known for its survival games is the Hive. It's kind of always had a reputation of having a player base that's good at the game, both on Minecraft Java and Minecraft Bedrock. Today, I played Hive survival games on both the Bedrock and the Java servers to see how they were similar and how they differed. Be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you're new, and enjoy! A bit of a disclaimer before we get too far into the video. I will say, I'm a Bedrock YouTuber. This video is about Bedrock and Java. I'll try and stay as impartial as possible, but I figured I might as well let you guys know that before the video starts. So, since quite a lot of my audience is Minecraft Bedrock players, I'm actually going to start off with Minecraft Java just to show them what's different. So, in Java survival games, there are three types of crates: supply crates, backpacks, and medical supplies. However, like it says, and also in my experience, these literally don't matter. You can get any types of loot out of any crate, so it really doesn't matter, and I don't really know why there is a distinction between the crates. Those are the tier 1 crates. There are also tier 2s apparently, but I didn't find any in the time that I played, so I would assume they exist somewhere, but I just don't know the locations of them. So let's talk about the PvP. Obviously it's going to be better than Bedrock, and that's kind of what I had trouble adjusting to when playing on Java Hive survival games. Not going to make any excuses. My Java PvP is not the best. I'm really not good with a rod in Minecraft Java, and so it was pretty hard for me to win fights and secure kills. One thing that I noticed was that there was a lot of accusations, and to be quite honest, a lot of it was warranted. One major difference that I noticed that Java had from Bedrock was the fact that it had a lot of different maps and a lot more maps. The only map that I actually recognized was SG4, which is just kind of a staple map in any survival game server. There was also a map called Survival Games 7, which looked really familiar, but I can't pin where I remember it from. My best guess is that it was either on Life Survival Games way back in the day, or it might have been on a server like Flare Hub or another sort of knockoff LBSG back in the old Minecraft Pocket Edition days. I'm not entirely sure, but it seems familiar. Oh yeah, I also totally didn't jump off of this map because I didn't realize that there was just void below me. Good map design. I will also say that in my short time playing, the maps seemed really small, and I'm not really sure why. Maybe it's just to stop people from hiding the entire time and just make the games go quicker. I'm not entirely sure if it's by design or if it just happens to be smaller than the Bedrock maps, or maybe the Bedrock maps just seem larger. I'm really not sure here, and if anyone could clue me in on this, I would really appreciate it. The final difference that I'll note is that hunger actually works like it's supposed to on Java survival games as opposed to Bedrock survival games, which is something I'll get into later. Now let's get into Bedrock survival games, where I feel like I'll be able to give a little bit more authority and insight on the game as opposed to Java, where I was just kind of basing it off of my observations of playing for about 30 minutes. So Hive survival games on Bedrock is a little bit of a meme in the community at this point, just because Hive essentially refuses to update it. It's been pretty much the same since it's come out. They haven't added any new maps, and they've just kind of left it alone and left it to die. It was even the third game added to Bedrock Hive when it first came out, and it's still in beta. That's how long it's been since they've updated it. Nonetheless, it still is a really fun game to play. So on Bedrock survival games, projectiles are your best friends. Namely, snowballs and bow and arrows. Snowballs might make sense for a Java player because I think they are used for combos and other PvP related aspects on Java. What Java players won't understand, however, is how broken bows are on the Hive in general. Obviously, bows are used on Java as well because they're projectiles that do damage, but on Bedrock, they do way too much damage. I don't know why, but we abuse them because they do. Another thing that might stand out to a Java player is the fact that players don't really take knockback when you hit them. No, not everyone is using anti-knockback hacks, but knockback is quite a lot different on Bedrock, and it's even more different on the Hive because they've tweaked it a little bit. And as a result, this can lead to some pretty nice combos. I also forgot to mention that supply drops on Java survival games do actually exist, but it's more of a you place it and the supply drop drops directly on you. Whereas in Bedrock survival games, supply drops drop at predetermined locations on the map, and there are also cows, which are basically just loot llamas from Fortnite that give you good gear. Also, let's talk about hunger. Bedrock hunger in general is absolutely broken, even in survival worlds and stuff like that, where you'll just take hunger too fast. Hive has attempted to counter this by making you take no hunger at all. Except you do take hunger, but your regen and sprint isn't affected unless you actually get down to just 3 hunger bars. Why? I don't know, it's probably a bug, don't ask me. There's also an obvious fact that I kind of forgot to mention earlier, but it's the fact that quite a lot of these players play on phones or controllers, which means that for someone playing on a computer like me, survival games is actually pretty easy. Assuming you can press your A or D keys, phone and controller players literally can't spin around quick enough to be able to counter you, and so you can just strafe and win 90% of your fights against them. Regarding survival games maps, there's 4 of them. That's pretty much all you need to know. SG4 is the only one that Java and Bedrock actually have in common. I'd also like to address a general fact of survival games, which is that it's kind of been in a downtrend recently. Obviously, it was one of the most popular modes to play back in Minecraft's heyday, but it's kind of dropped now. This is probably a result of it being overplayed, and simply new players aren't good and aren't knowledgeable enough to play it anymore, because it does have quite a lot of dynamics that a new player might have to get used to. Also, not as much content is made on survival games anymore. YouTubers like Bayesian Canadian and Jerome don't play it anymore, and current YouTubers aren't playing it either, which results in new players not picking it up. All in all, it's still such a fun game mode to play because it brings back the nostalgia and rush when you win games. I truly still enjoy it, and I really hope that it doesn't die out as a game mode. I'm just kidding. Still, this is a really fun video to make, and also be sure to let me know if you guys think I forgot anything regarding Hive Java or Hive Bedrock survival games. I'll be sure to include it in a comment or pin it or something. Either way, be sure to leave a like on the video, subscribe if you enjoyed and you're a new viewer. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.